Hey Zedders, Christian here from Doofy Racing. I just wanted to get this quick video out. There is a heap of transactions going on in the P2P space. Marketplace is selling out super quick within 24 hours, 12 hours. I am going to speculate that the marketplace drop in a couple of days' time is going to again break records. I mean, Z1s, Z2s selling out in seconds, even a couple of minutes for the Z2s. And one thing that I really picked up on before we get into the P2P sales is this is a little bit for the newcomers out there. Z3 and 4 horses are still super rare, guys. There's only 1,000 of each of those. Z3 Genesis, Z4 Genesis as well. They hung in the marketplace for ages. I wasn't sure if it's just people ran out of money, or people just didn't fully appreciate how rare these horses are. I know I really focus on buying them. For me, they're a great horse because there's a less of a barrier to entry for these horses. So if in 6 months' time horses have gone through the roof, Z1s are asking prices of 100 grand, for example, it means that you can then sell your Z4 ideally for around that 30, 40, which is going to be a much easier sell at that price because not everyone has 100 grand to spend on an NFT horse. So look, that's a quick tip for the newcomers. The rest of this content is mostly for people out there who have horses, have been racing, and trying to figure out where to price their horses at. So I wasn't going to, but let's jump in here and actually make sure I've got the right one up. I don't. Give me 2 secs, guys. Like I said, I wasn't ready to actually do this. Let's see if I can. There we go. Cool. Oh, apologies. This is what happens when you work things on the fly. Cool. So, hey guys, if you haven't seen, like I've got 12 horses currently listed on my website, doofyracing.com. I go into detail here about how I price my horses and why I've priced them that much. I've done a heap of transactions over the past week, and what's really important for me is for any sale, I'm explaining and giving as much information for the buyer to feel comfortable with their purchase. If someone comes to me for a price, it's not this is the price, take it or leave it. I walk them through the whole process and really help them understand why I've priced it this much. So we're going to just use maybe a couple of these as examples to help everyone understand my method for pricing. I'm not saying this is the right method for pricing, but I do find that it is well received from the buyer to then make that decision on actually purchasing that horse. So let's look at make an offer, for example. It is a Z2 Genesis Nakamoto. She's a mare, 49 races with a win record of 24.5%, 43% place rate. So this is a great horse, especially for a Z2 Nakamoto. Has a color 9 common color, so that doesn't really come into any of this factor at the moment. But she's a 1200 meter specialist, 40% win rate from 15 starts from gate 12 in that regard. So I, through my experience in the past 9 months, I actually ran a quick data to see how many races I race per day. So since the start of the year alone, I race about 75, 80 races a day. That has obviously dropped off in the past week. But what I'm saying is I've got a fair bit of experience of seeing horses out there, buying horses, understanding at what each Z level, what a 1 in 10 horse looks like, what a 1 in 5 horse looks like. And what I mean by that is if you go to the marketplace today and you buy 5 Z2 Nakamoto Genesis horses, what are the chances of you getting this horse? That's how I price most of my sales at the moment, especially for the Genesis horses. So in my opinion, make an offer is a 1 in 7 horse, between 1 in 5 and 1 in 10. There actually aren't many like her running around at the moment. She's winning races at class 1 level, and as all of you know, it is super competitive up there at the moment. If you're winning in Class 1 currently, you're doing an awesome job, got an awesome racehorse there, especially if you're getting really good odds. So what I do then is, if she's a 1 in 7 horse, I then go away and I need to consider two factors here. One, what's going to be fair for the buyer to purchase? And two, at what level am I comfortable losing this horse? If I need to go and buy 7 new horses or there and thereabouts to find her again and then race her and etc., I need to be comfortable that I'm selling her at a price that I won't shoot myself in the foot later when marketplace keeps rising by 20 to 50% week on week or drop on drop. So I need to make sure that I can enter back into the market in that regard as well. So Nakamoto Z2 Genesis, from the sheet that I saw in Discord, I didn't have a chance to look at the prices at all this drop, unfortunately. So I'm going off what other people have been awesome enough to share. I think they went for 7K USD. So I have priced her 5 times market value. Now, the reason for that is I will definitely take that 19 Ethereum and dump it straight back into buying new horses. If I can buy 5 new horses, I do believe that I have, I guess, a better skill set after my experience in the game in finding the best horses and then getting the best out of them and then selling these horses on again with the data to support what to do with them next. So this person who buys make an offer will have data on what her preferred race distance is, what gate distance she prefers, and then any support in the future as well of if she starts underperforming, we can start looking together and I can start analyzing the data for that person and help them get back on winning track. So that's an example and how I price Genesis horses. When it comes to bred horses, this one is a little bit less simple and a little bit more complicated. So I've got Prince here for sale. I've got Pekka here for sale. I've got Atari here for sale, or Atar, whatever you want to call it. They're all going for 4 ETH and they all have different characteristics as to why. Atari, I've got a few people interested in her currently, and she's a rare color. He is a slightly inbred horse from Breathless Edge, who is the highest rated horse in the game at the moment in terms of their rating. And so to me, this is really valuable. I know that once breeding comes back on with the people in the game, I wouldn't be surprised if min breeding fees go up as just speculation. I think they need to go up. We can't have Z1 Nakamoto's jumping from $2,000 up to what, 12,000 US dollars like the last marketplace, and I do believe they will go up close to 20K in this drop in a couple of days. Again, speculation, but we can't have these Z1 horses going for these massive amounts of money and then it costs 0.09 to breed as a min breeding fee in the stud service. Now, I know that's going to irk a couple of people that are currently in the community that are used to cheaper breeding prices. I apologize if you don't agree with what I'm saying here. It's just my opinion. And I do know that the owner of the horse has the ability to set that the owner of the horse has the ability to set that minimum breeding fee as well. And so they can set it as much as 0.5. And I would be bloody surprised if Breathless Edge does not come out and have a min breeding fee set for himself at 0.5 Ethereum. And so what that then does is these horses that have those genetics from these top end Z1 Genesis horses are going to become super rare, super valuable within the game because there aren't going to be as many of them like there used to be when they cost next to nothing to breed from. So again, that's my opinions on these, and that's where I'm at. Atar has 2 times breathless edge breeding, and a great bloodline in terms of other horses in that breeding to get him down. He's an elite horse. He's been tested in stud. He hasn't been tested with great mares, but he has been tested. Doesn't seem to be showing a great deal, but has some talent in the breeding element. So he's a racer, and he's doing really well on the racing front. You move to someone like a Prince, who is a common, really good win record, awesome place record. What's really outstanding about this horse is his odds that he's consistently getting. I think in the last 3 odds, he's been around the $5-6 mark in his races, and just continues to win races. So again, really good racer. We don't have a lot of data in terms of the parents of this horse. The offspring have a mixed bag, but in terms of racing, it's lightly raced, 34 races. So I see a future value in this horse, definitely. And I believe that it will be a really good win rate at around that 100-200 race mark. So I need to factor that in. There's always 2 ends to this story. How much am I willing to let this horse go for in terms of value to me if I was to continue racing it, breeding it, selling offspring, versus what is a fair price for the marketplace, especially considering what these Z1 Nakamoto Genesis horses are going for. I do believe a horse with just basic genetics needs to be up around that 1.5-2 ETH mark if we are selling and Z1 Genesis horses for 6+ Ethereum. Pekka, look, this one is a Ducky Malin offspring. It is a Breathless Edge offspring. It's an exclusive colt, so it's got a little bit of breeding left in it. It is only a 10 common color. Doesn't have a great win record, but it is a P2 horse. Look at the place rating of 45.5%. So it is not losing money on the track. It's not gaining a lot of money on the track. I say a horse with 8% win rate and a higher place rate like 45.5% is going to profit you money if you place it well. If you're winning 1 in 12 races and you're placing 1 in 2, then that's a profitable horse. Okay, so with her genetics of Ducky Malin and Breathless Edge, this is where the market now sits, especially for Ducky Malin offspring. If you want genetics from Ducky Malin, it is going to be at this level because the market has now demanded for it, and we need to start, making sure that we're moving with the marketplace prices whilst they're moving up, and we don't have this huge discrepancy from P2P sales through to our P2P sales, marketplace sales through to P2P sales. And finally, all I'll touch on is unraced horses. Super rare coats, they're going for anywhere up to 3 to 5 times, depends on the buyer, depends on the time. You can pick up unraced horses, Genesis horses, from buyers from anywhere to about 20% up to about 150% of their marketplace value, depending on the rarity of that horse, of course. And then you've also got to factor in here as a seller, with the marketplace prices moving so quickly and moving so upwards, if you want to stay in the game, you have to be mindful of pricing yourself out. What I mean by that is if you go and sell a Genesis horse for marketplace plus 10% and you don't buy back in, or you go to buy back in on the next and it's jumped 30%, you've lost money on that horse, right? If you wait a month and it's jumped up 100%, you're getting to the point of pricing yourself back out of the market. So you have to be really mindful of that as a seller. And as a buyer, you also have to be mindful of that's probably what's going through the seller's mind when they're selling the horse. So I didn't want it to go this long, but I just wanted to give you a quick download of all of the information that I have in terms of pricing these horses. Please do comment, get conversations started. I would like to hear whether you believe I am completely wrong, whether you think I'm on the right track. if you have any questions about what a horse's value is, I am not so much in the community at the moment. I do apologize for that. I am just swamped with direct messages at the moment in helping new stables find horses, get the best out of their horses, etc., etc. So I will try and be back in the community a bit more, but it is very time consuming at the moment. Yeah. But look, guys, if also you are brand new to Zed and you are looking to buy a horse from the marketplace in a couple of days and you haven't set up a stable, I'm going to put a shameless plug on the end here. Reach out to me on Discord and I will be able to send you a 20% discount code for your first horse purchase. I also get a 20% discount code as well. So we both win there. But see you out on the racetrack eventually when I've got rid of all my winning horses. It's going to be fun losing to everyone again while I find out where my horses sit. As you know, as you would have seen, I've been getting rid of my top end racers who've been performing really, really well for me for the past few weeks. And I have been profiting with these horses anywhere from 0.75 up to 1.5 Ethereum per week on racing, and that's profit after entry fees. So see you out there, guys. Have fun. Cheers.